The information in our genomic sequence is sufficient to predict what we look like. There's actually several companies that are providing this service to law enforcement and medical personnel in the field of forensics. This is an example from one of those companies, and it shows you the computer-derived face of this young woman compared to the actual photograph of this woman. So this technique is being used to identify victims and perpetrators from crime scenes where the only materials available are maybe a piece of bone or a drop of blood or a few strands of hair to identify either the victim or, in some cases, to identify the perpetrator of a crime. The same approach that lets you develop a morphological phenotype of an individual from its DNA allows us to develop the morphological phenotypes of plants and animals using ancient DNA. This is a computerized drawing of a young girl who would have lived in Central Europe about 100,000 years ago and was a member of the Neanderthal group of hominids, which is the collective term for human-like species. The current understanding of the origin and dispersion of our species, Homo sapiens, is that we migrated out of Eastern Africa about 100,000 years ago, up the Nile River, along the eastern coast of the Mediterranean, and then dispersed into Europe, and then eastward into Asia. That dispersion into Europe occurred while the Neanderthals were still in that area. And apparently the human and Neanderthal populations, while they had some very difficult times, apparently, that was not a pleasant interaction in all cases, but there does appear to be a significant portion of human genome sequence in people of Central European ancestry that was acquired from the Neanderthals by interbreeding.